Okay, so let's work on our work text page 293 together. So we're going to be working with estimating, but we're also going to find out the real answer as well, the exact answer. And you have skills to do both of those. So the front is pretty straightforward. We're just going to also look at when a word problem has lots of sentences, we need to decide, what's important for solving this math problem and what is just details of the story that we don't really need to solve the problem. So you need to read it and then think about it, evaluate whether it's helpful to solving the problem or not. So we'll take a look at that today too. So we'll just do a couple, three problems real quick. I started doing this and then I made a mistake, so I had to start over again. Okay, so we are going to estimate. So our problem is 5 times 79, and we don't need an exact answer first, we just need an estimate. So we're going to round 79 to the nearest 10. So you think on a number line, 79 would be in between 70 and 80, and which is the closest 10? It's 80, right? Because the 9 tells us what to do. The 9 tells us to round up to the next 10. So we're going to round 79 to 80. So our estimate now is 5 times 80. And think about what we did yesterday, the basic math fact. 5 times 8 is 40. And then we add a 0 for the ones place. So 400 is our answer. Now let's do it exact. Okay, so we have 5 times our ones. So 5 times 9 equals 45. So we put the 5 in the ones place, the plus 4 in the tens column. And then we multiply our multiplier times our tens. So 5 times 7 tens equals 35 tens plus 4 more. So 35 plus 4 is 39. Okay, so 395 is our real answer and 400 is our estimate. Okay, so let's take a look at 3 times 65, and we want to think on a number line. 65 would be in between 60 and 70, right? So we need to think which one is the closest to 65. So here's how we judge. We look at the ones place. Remember, 5 and above tells you to go up to the next 10. So we want to move up to 70. That's our nearest 10. We're still going to multiply by 3. And our quick shortcut is to take the basic math fact, 3 times 7, which is 21, and add a 0 for the ones place, 210. Okay, let's look at our exact multiplication. So we have 3 times 5 equals 15. Put the 5 in the ones column and do a plus 1 extra 10 in your tens column. So 3 times 6 equals 18 plus 1 more is 19. Okay, so 195 is the correct answer. Okay, last one for estimating. We have 34, or 8 times 34, and we want to round 34 to the nearest 10. So we're thinking on a number line, 34 would be in between 30 and 40. So which one is the closest? We will look at our ones place to tell us which way. Are we going to stay at 30 or round up to 40? The 4 tells us to stay. 30 is the closest 10. And then we multiply 8 times 30. And our quick shortcut is 8 times 3 equals 24. And slap a 0 on there, right? 240. Okay, let's do our real answer. Our exact answer, 8 times 4 equals 32. The 2 goes in the ones place. The 3 goes in the tens column with a plus to remember to add it in at the end. So 8 times 3 tens equals 24 tens. 8 times 3 is 24, plus 3 more. So 24 plus 3 is 27. Okay. All right, so let's take a look at those word problems, and we want to see which facts or which items in that word problem are unnecessary. They're not really going to help us solve this problem. So read with me number 4. A full-grown elk can weigh as much as 450 kilograms. An elk eats about 27 kilograms of food each day. Okay, so think about the two facts we have. We know how big a full-grown elk is. We know how much an elk eats each day. Now let's find out what we need to figure out, okay? How many kilograms of food can an elk eat in 7 days? Okay, so out of those previous two sentences, which one doesn't help you figure out how much an elk can eat in 7 days? Does knowing the weight of a full-grown elk help you know how much he ate each day? No, it doesn't, right? So this is unnecessary information. It's interesting. A full-grown elk can weigh as much as 450 kilograms. That's interesting, but it doesn't help us solve the problem. So what we're going to do is just draw a line through it. We don't want that to distract us anymore. Now look at our word problem. Now it's only 2 sentences long, right? It's a little bit easier to wrap our brains around. So an elk eats about 27 kilograms of food each day. How many kilograms of food can an elk eat in 27 days? Okay, now I'm getting it. That's like a multiplication problem, isn't it? Okay, but did you guys notice this part right here? How many? Okay, so are we looking about how many, or are we looking for an exact answer? Right, we're looking for an exact answer. How many kilograms? Okay, so we are going to do 27 times 7, because that's 27 kilograms times 7 days equals, okay, and then they've given us a workspace so that we can do it vertically. So remember, 7 goes in the ones column, and then we write 27 like this. Make sure that your 7s are lined up because those are both of your 1s places, right? Okay, so multiply 7 times 7 equals 49. The 9 goes in the 1s column, the 4 goes in the 10s column, right? And then multiply your 10s. 7 times 2 equals 14 plus 2 more. I'm sorry, plus 4 more. Let me say that again. 7 times 2 is 14 plus 4 more. Okay, that would be 189, correct? Okay, so we can write 189, and we can write an elk can eat 189 kilograms of food each day. Okay, so let's check number 5. Okay, we're reading more about elk, but this time we're reading about elk antlers. So read with me, follow along closely. Elk antlers are made of bone. The antlers can grow 2 centimeters each day and can weigh 18 kilograms by the end of summer. How many centimeters can an elk's antlers grow in 4 days? Okay, so we want to know how many centimeters can the antlers grow in 4 days? So we need information about the growth, okay? So is the sentence elk antlers made of bone? Does that help you figure that out? No, it's interesting, but it doesn't help us, does it? Okay, so we can get rid of that. Okay. What about it can weigh 18 kilograms by the end of summer? Does that help you figure out how much it grows in 4 days? Not really. It's just kind of confusing, right? So let's cross that out. And then let's look what we're left with. The antlers can grow 2 centimeters each day. How many centimeters can an elk's antlers grow in 4 days? 2 centimeters a day, 4 days. Can you figure that out? Yeah, we want to do 2 centimeters times 4 days equals 8. Okay, I'm pretty sure you don't need to use this, but you can certainly write that in, right? We would do 2 times 4, or actually we'd do 4 days times 2, right? And that equals 8. And so how many centimeters do they grow? 8 centimeters. Okay, so we worked with estimating and multiplication, and we worked with finding unneeded information. You're going to do the same thing on the back and a quick review of what we did yesterday. So please send me a photo of page 294.